Welcome to this series of videos on gender-sensitive project implementation in a rural context. My name is Elna and I'm a consultant with Resilience. Over the past few months, I've conducted a gender analysis for one of our irrigation projects in rural Mozambique. This series of videos is a summary of the framework that I've used for the gender analysis, the methodology, the results, and some practical tools and recommendations for future project design and implementation in an agricultural context. You are now watching to the first video of that series, in which I will further elaborate on the framework and concepts that I've used for a gender analysis. These concepts are especially applicable for research in an agricultural context. So first, I would like to start with the conceptual framework as presented here on this slide. When looking in gender literature regarding gender mainstreaming, there are a few key domains that are mostly addressed. And I brought these key domains back to 4 key domains to measure and influence gender equality in an agricultural project implementation. So these are illustrated here in this pyramid, with at the bottom the beliefs and perceptions, and then the other 3 domains layered on top. With beliefs and perceptions, I refer to the cultural context that you're working in as a project. So they include one's norms and values, and then also refer back to the norms and values influencing the gender relationships between men and women. Access to and control over resources and the farmer's roles and responsibilities tell you something about the farmer's needs and priorities. And this is the information that you will need to adaptively design your project. With access to and control over resources, I refer to human assets, natural assets, physical assets, and financial assets. So more specifically, it includes, for instance, education, knowledge, but also access to land, access to water, access to transportation. For instance, how does a farmer get to the market and what are the means that he or she can use, but also finances. And in this case, we talk about credit, we talk about cash, but we also talk about the division of finances. A farmer's roles and responsibilities refer to productive roles, reproductive roles, and community roles and participation. With productive roles, we mostly refer to paid work or income. And so farmer, this is a lot about his agricultural subsistence, the production system, the money generated from it, where to sell. And for reproductive roles, we refer to domestic work, including household, but also childcare or caring of the sick and elderly. And community roles, we could think of perhaps a leading position in the community or a position in church. And it could also refer to the position in families or position of families amongst each other, as long as it's about the responsibilities that go with it and the time and labor that a farmer needs to spend on it. So once we've defined the access to resources and the roles and responsibilities, we can ask the question to a farmer of what is it that you additionally need? And so it's about daily needs related to a farmer's subsistence. Broadly, we could define this to needs in knowledge, needs in nutrition, but also needs in education or transport, the topics that are already addressed in the 2 domains before. But it could also be more agricultural specific. So this could be, for instance, extra knowledge on how to prepare your seed beds. Or it could be about what are the resources that you actually need. So for instance, is there a need for a water pump, or is there a need for other technical tools that you could use to increase your production? And then once again, relating to beliefs and practices, this could be either in a household level or a family level. So it could be of the cultural norms between a man and a woman, but also the cultural norms that they translate to their children. But it could also be beliefs and practices related on a community level, or how the views of a community actually influence the household level. Thank you very much for watching to the first video of this series. In the next video, we will further elaborate on the methodology used for the gender analysis. I hope to see you in that video again.